Before I kick this off, I'd like to thank Krendar's Adventures. He runs a gaming channel that I'll link below. Donations are always appreciated, even more so when I'm recovering from this 2-week ban which left me up a certain creek without a means of locomotion for the entire month. So, it would be really cool if you could check him out, thank him for his help for keeping me afloat, and if you like him, subscribe. So without further ado, I present Zarna Joshi. I apologise in advance.
I'm very heartened to see these thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I've already, made my speech like 8 times already.
Oh, and I can just tell we're all chapping at the bit to hear it again, Zarna.
And we'll continue to do so until the march is all over.
Oh, come on. I know it has nothing to do with the video, but I can't be the only person wondering if that spot on her forehead is there for cultural reasons or if it's just a giant-ass mole.
So I'm really heartened to see this response.
Yeah, the response of excessive littering in the name of feminism and equality. You know what would have been proper equality? Cleaning up after yourselves. You know, that job you left to men, because obviously you're so oppressed you don't need to look after the environment. That's the men's job. What an extremely convenient excuse for a group of lazy subhumans. Extra credit to this guy though for going out of his way.
But what I want to make sure people remember is that this isn't just one day, this isn't just one march.
Didn't you just say you'd be doing this until the march is over? And now you're saying it doesn't end with the march? Let's just replay that to be sure.
And we'll continue to do so until the march is all over.
Yeah, I thought you did. Still, I guess I can let it slide since the bullshit slip sliding out of your mouth anyway is on the spot, so please, continue.
This doesn't end because you showed up at one march. This is an entire lifestyle.
I don't mean to sound judgy, but that sounds like a pretty shit lifestyle to me. Let's go out of our way to attend events that ultimately make us angry and achieve nothing. My suggestion is a nice, healthy course of weed. It'll chill you the fuck out, and believe me, you need it. Either that or a dose of morphine or something.
That we have to imbibe of continuously dismantling patriarchy, continuously dismantling the systems of oppression.
Yeah, while you work on that patriarchy thing, here's a few other things just as real you may want to set your sights on. I hear there's a monster in your cupboard that could use some of that old equality, and Santa Claus is guilty of millions of counts of breaking and entering. Perhaps we should bring the old feminism to Beardy. Who knows, it might put an end to Rudolph's cocaine habit. You don't get a red nose like that for nothing. Besides, how else do you think he's always buzzing off his hooves?
Capitalism, racism, colonialism, patriarchy. These are all of the systems that oppress Mother Earth.
Capitalism. A system which generates a surplus of money which allow regressive morons who are too good to work a safety net in the form of the welfare system.
And they are all the systems that oppress women, women of colour, people of colour, indigenous people, queer and trans people, and by the way, men too. Cis males and white males also suffer from those systems.
I didn't realise cis males and white males were 2 separate categories now. I imagine your book of different gender identities would be large enough to put the phone book to shame. And if it does affect men, it's not a patriarchy, is it? A patriarchy is a male-led or dominated society. If men are not leading or dominating, then it's not a patriarchy. Jesus, next time Santa breaks into your house, I'm going to ask him to leave you a dictionary. And maybe a big poo on the table too.
They just don't realise it because they're on top.
So if men are at the top, how is this mythical patriarchy oppressing us? I know we're taxing the majority of your brain power here, Zara, by completing both the tough tasks of standing and talking, but if you could just go ahead and give us some examples, that'd be swell.
And it's the fact that they're on top and they're isolated and they're lonely and they're emotionally disconnected that's the reason why it's so easy for them to go out and hurt others.
Really? Really, Zarna? Is that the case? Is that indeed the case? As far as I recall, the last person to do me harm was on a night out. One clean punch across the face, or a slap at least, and he wasn't on top of anything. If anything, it's the downtrodden who are more likely to resort to violence. I seldom see suits engaging in random acts of violence to hurt others.
And that's the system of power that we live under that continues to degrade Mother Earth. And that's why we speak out against it, and women of colour speak out and around.
That's why women of colour speak out, is it? Because I've seen multiple white faces pass you while you've been flapping your gums about all kinds of shit.
The region, wherever we go, we speak in different places.
You litter in different places.
Are present in direct actions. We organise, and we're continuing to talk.
More talk. That means more bullshit to debunk. Keep up the bad work, Zarna. I'll be watching.
And this doesn't end. It didn't begin today. It's not going to end today.
Good, good. Give us on YouTube extra material to bat around. Good gracious, I feel like a cat with a ball of twine. Or a plague doctor with a patient.
And Trump is just a figurehead. He's just a symptom.
Wait. Trump is just a figurehead? Like the figurehead of the US government? Dazzling insight, Zarna. Just the insight you bring to the conversation just baffles me. Oh, and just an FYI, I'm placing my money on that thing on her head being a mole.
Of the system of patriarchy that has existed for thousands of years. That's the real problem. That's the real issue that we need to dismantle here.
Okay, I guess we'll skip over the great historical women who achieved great things for the sake of your tired old narrative. One example would be Queen Elisa, better known as Dido, who turned the plains of northern Africa into the great Carthage Empire. Or all the female CEOs of the capitalist companies that you hate so much. Yeah, we'll just ignore them because men are to blame for everything, I guess. I'll end the video here as the rest of it is just her shamelessly shilling her various social media pages. So don't mind me while I shamelessly shill my PayPal and Patreon. So, lovely viewers, what extremes would you go to figure out exactly what that is hanging off Zarna Joshi's head? Or even what do you think it might be? I'll put the answers that make me laugh the most at the end of my next video, and as always, thank you for your time.